Hi there, I'm Sean, I'm overweight, and I'd like to share my story with you. My body mass index has been in the obese category for the past 20 years. I've tried every weight loss plan on the planet, resolved to change my life every January the 1st, and obsessed over everything I've put in my mouth for years. The only lasting loss seemed to be my happiness. I'd often thought about the person I'd become once the excess weight was gone. Confident, sexy, fit, healthy, and jogging through life. Yet it seemed like an impossible dream because I kept trying to lose the weight but never managed. Yet somehow I realised that I can run that marathon, swim across the sea or climb in the mountains. I don't have to lose weight to be that person. I'd been that person all along and just didn't realise it. The power of that realisation was incredible and led me into adventures and achievements I'd never thought possible. I started bagging Munros in Scotland, climbed above 6,000 metres in the Himalayas and swam in the Mersey. You see, learning to carry your excess weight can be just as amazing as managing to lose it. If you stick with me through this series of podcasts called Worth Your Weight in Gold, I'm going to give you practical advice on how to carry that weight and hopefully some inspiration to get you out. Because you see, you are amazing, even if you don't yet know it. Episode 1. Worth Your Weight in Gold. Learning to carry your excess weight can be just as amazing as managing to lose it. I looked across at the summit of Everest, glowing in the newly risen sun, and caught my breath. From my vantage point, just over 6,000 metres above sea level, high on the Mera Glacier, I was seeing the world as only gods and elite mountaineers tend to see it. I am neither god nor elite mountaineer. In fact, I'm quite overweight. But I have long since learned that the realms of adventure and incredible achievement are there for anyone regardless of your weight. You just have to know how to carry yourself into them. Body mass index. My body mass index, BMI, has been in the obese category for the past 20 years. I've tried every weight loss plan on the planet, resolved to change my life every January the 1st, and obsessed over everything I've put in my mouth for years. The only lasting loss seemed to be my happiness. Amazing at any weight. I'd often thought about the person I'd become once that excess weight was gone. Confident, sexy, fit, healthy, and jogging through life. Yet it seemed like an impossible dream because I kept trying to lose the weight but never managed. Somehow I realised that I can run that marathon, swim across the sea or climb in the mountains. I don't have to lose weight to be that person. I'd been that person all along and I just didn't realise it. The power of that realisation was incredible and led me into adventures and achievements I had never thought possible. I'll recount some of the high points in that journey in this podcast. Everything that I recount was achieved whilst my BMI has been between 37 and 40, well within the obese range for an adult male. I've summited 54 Munros, Scottish mountains over 3,000 feet. I've completed 3 trips to the Himalayas, reaching Everest Basse Camp, and a height of 6,140 metres above sea level high in Mera Peak. I've reached Stella Point, 5,685 metres on Kilimanjaro. I've reached the highest point in North Africa, summit of Mount Toubkal, 4,167 metres in the Atlas Mountains. I've completed the Trossachs Plod, 31 miles across country in Scotland in 14 hours. I've completed the Great Glencoe Challenge, 26.2 miles across rough terrain from Glencoe to Fort William in Scotland. I've done it twice in under 12 hours. First time at 11 hours 22 minutes, second time at 11 hours 52 minutes. I've completed a cumulative channel swim over 12 weeks in a swimming pool 4 times now. The maximum distance swum, 1.75 miles in one swim. I've swum a mile in open water in the Mersey in Liverpool, UK. I was a Jog Scotland leader for 2 years, completed the Great Scottish Run half marathon 3 times, and the Men's Health 10K 4 times. You don't have to put the achievement of your dreams off until the weight comes off. My story is evidence of that, and by telling it over a series of podcasts, I'm going to use it as a framework of practical tips to help anyone who wants to follow a similar path. Breaking down the barriers. The next podcast, How the Tortoise Won That Race, discusses humility, knowing your limits and setting achievable goals. There's no point in watching an 8-stone athlete on YouTube telling you how to run a sub 3:30 marathon. You're just watching someone you'll never be tell you how to do something you know is impossible. It's the guy in the mirror, not the guy in the telly, who's going to do this stuff. And I assure you, you can do a marathon. Next, we'll be talking about putting your heart into your dreams, a podcast which looks at the effects of monitoring your heart while you're training. Then we've got It's a Stretch, but You Can Do It, a podcast which gives you all the different stretches which I use on a daily basis just to keep my body moving and mobile. And then we've got 9 ways to get you moving again after a muscle strain. Over the years, I've had high blood pressure, pulled many muscles, had ongoing back pain, and I managed to take all of this into the mountains and into the water and onto the roads and road runs. Finally, we'll look at the dream of Everest Base Camp. It can be difficult turning up at the start of a run or meeting the team for a trek for the first time when you know you don't look the part and you think everyone is looking at you. This podcast will talk about finding the magic inside of you and believing in it despite the looks, comments and events going on around you. So, that was episode 1 of my podcast series, With Your Weight in Gold. And I look forward to meeting you again on the next episode, which will be How the Tortoise Won That Race.